Hey, Facebook, YouTube. This is back on this show, on this Deek Live. It's been a long time. I took a break. So I think around 10 days for figuring out what I need to do in life and how do I spread this message further. You might have seen a lot of notification as to what I was doing. So today's theme is love. You can see all the love falling. So make sure you ask whatever questions you have with regards to love in the questions section. Give me 2 minutes. Let me go on Instagram and I will join you guys shortly. All your comments on the question section or the whichever section you have, right? So I'm doing both Instagram, Facebook. Hi, Instagram, back again on the Deek Parassini live show, where you know I do this show every Thursday and Wednesday. It's the theme Deek Show, where you can ask me any question. And today's theme is love. Oh, I should have put the topic behind also, but I think to make it more neater and more cooler, I thought to do it from here. Hi, Mahalakshmi. Thanks a lot for joining in. Hi, Somo Kopil. Thanks a lot for joining in. So whatever questions you have about love, feel free to ask questions and I will reply. Many people have pushed me to do this show. Many people have pushed me to do this live show as much as you can, basically on the topic of love. I think I should have put the topic also. I realize now that people won't understand what topic I would be talking about, right? So this is just turning around so that it meets Instagram and it meets Facebook and YouTube. So all about love, we're going to discuss. Let's give a couple of minutes for people to join. Instagram, I have a limit on Instagram right now. Initially, I can go more than 1 hour, but I think Instagram lately hit me with the 1 hour limit. So after 1 hour, I will be signing out very quickly. And hi, Atishosh, thanks a lot. Ashutosh, thanks a lot for joining in on Instagram. Helen has waved. Thanks a lot, Helen. Harsha, it's been 10 days that, I never came online. So now I'm back. I'll be there doing, you have seen a lot of changes. I'm thinking of starting something bigger now, spreading the message a little more stronger and more greater. So let's talk about love. What's that you all wanted to know about love? Many people really pushed me to have this topic, love, have this concept about love. So feel free to ask me questions. I'm here to answer. But in simple terms, let me make it very simple for you what love is for me, right? There are different kinds of love. There are different kinds of love means, one second, can you guys hear me well? Okay, so there's different kinds of love, right? When I say different kinds of love, you have love for your mother, you have love for your father, you have love for your brother, sister, you have love for your husband or wife, whoever it is. Each different type of love is different. So make this point very clear that all love is not the same and all, people don't get the same love for you. Different people have different point of view about love. And the relationship is also different because mother's love can never be compared to a wife's love. It's impossible, right? So generally, I know why most of you would have, asked me this topic in terms of love. It's mostly relationship with a guy or a girl, full stop. Whenever some youth ask me, sir, talk about love, it's obviously about that side of thing. I'm quite sure. Thanks a lot, Zainab Fatima, for joining in on Facebook. I really love the blend of people. We have people on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And thanks a lot for signing up for that. So let's go to the question section. Let me see if there's any question. If there's no question, I will talk about love. Right? Okay, let me take Sumit's question. So how do we know if it is real love or sexual desire? Okay. Now it's a very, odd topic, but since Sumit have asked that question, if it is real love or a desire towards person in terms of physical attraction or a physical attachment, how do you differentiate that? When you say how to differentiate it is such that is when you see a girl, right? First of all, let me just talk wholly about love, and Sumit, I will come back to your question so that you people know how love works out and how it all, right? So let me let me discuss on that love side of things, and then I will come back. So let's talk about love. I know none of you want to discuss about love for mother. None of you want to discuss about love for father or any other relationship. Your basic thing is, how do I love someone and get married to? Some people don't want to get married also. They just want to have that fake love. Now, what is love? There is a process as to how this love completely works. Process in the sense means there is a way as to how this whole process works. Since I'm a boy, let me tell a boy's point of view. Boy's point of view, how it works is a boy looks at a girl, right? I'm the boy, a boy looks at a girl. That is how your first attraction happens. Oh, she looks good. Then you compare her with a dream girl, or you compare her with a dream partner, or you compare her with a dream model, and you see, can that match or not? Once that matches, maybe it'll be Deepika Padukone, maybe it'll be, what's the other actresses? Someone you'll have in favorite where you link and you build up that this is the girl for me. Now, the next thing what you do is after you see the girl, you see, okay, does this girl match with me? Like when I'm with her, am I looking good? When I'm with her, does it looking great? Can I show off in front of my friends? So many other factors again come into the picture, and you decide if it is love or not. First step, every boy will go and try to talk and try to be friends. That is a smart way, guys. Don't go and directly go and propose saying that I love you. Most of the girls are going to reject. So I'm not here telling you how to propose, but what I'm trying to tell you here is that first thing is your first step, you will also say hi. You want to build up friends. I'm okay with friendship also. Two girls, boys and girls can be good friends and can be best friends to a certain level. Right now, everything is in your five senses, which means she looks good. My ears, her voice is very smooth. She gives me a comfort feeling. Everything is okay. The problem is when you start crossing the relationship. When you say crossing the relationship is when you cross from friendship. I'm not saying love. When you cross friendship to a relationship, right? So when does that happen? When you start talking. She also start talking. Continuously the talking goes on. And then slowly, once this talking starts going on, slowly, what happens there is you try to start solving each other's problem. Hey, you have any problem? I'll help you. Your father's not talking with me, I will talk with you. You give that extra love. So which means you're filling and solving each other's problem. That means you started thinking for that person. That means from the five senses, you have taken that person into your mind. And once you start taking that person into your mind, the next thing what happens here is that slowly, you will believe that I need this person to solve problems for me. So what happens? Helping. So you solve. You're putting a lot of mind. Slowly, you tend to think that I cannot live without this person and you cannot live without this person. That is when you say that the person has gone to the heart. Now, this is the general process of love. This love at first sight only happens in the movies. You won't see all these love falling as you see in the movies. You're never ever going to see that, right? You're not going to see her hair flowing and the guy coming in the horse. All these things don't happen it only happens in the movies and not in real life. So get this point very clear. This first love, this one, first sighted love is completely happens in the movies, not in real life. You talk. Maybe if you believe in the previous life and all that crap, not crap, maybe there's truth in it also. I don't go into the previous life and afterlife. I talk everything between birth and death. So that maybe once in a million, you will have that one-sided, dream love, which comes back to this new life. Again, that also you saw in the movies. No one knows what happens before birth and no one knows what happens after death. Also, that also you saw in the movies. You think that this is that girl. Only happens in the movies. Love at first sight is a myth. It's not true. Then you start talking. And then you think that you both have love. Now, what can happen is, now my next question you people is, how do you find if it's true love? Right? This is one question people always ask me. How do you find it's true love? It is very difficult to find true love if you're gap filling and coming into the relationship. Gap filling and coming to the relationship, which means that you didn't get love from your father. You get this boy into your life. He gives you that love. Boom. Oh, this is my dream partner. You don't get your care or you don't get your recognition from your mom. The girl comes into your life and gives you the recognition. Boom. I'm getting this care. Your friends are not giving you attention, and this girl or boy comes into your life, gives you all this attention. Boom. You slowly think this is love. If it is gap filling, it is temporary love. It's not actually love. It is just filling that gap which is empty in your life. Once you fill that gap, slowly, what happens is that it will break with time. Because once you get this love, you get the satisfaction. Maybe some other friend will come up with life, and that gives you, that person gives you the same love. Obviously, you'll see this is not worth it. So now, for example, let me give you a situation. Sometimes boys only will keep it in the eyes. Oh, she looks good. She's a good pair for me. I look really rocking. People are talking about our couple, so let's hook up. So that is just in the visual aspect. Slowly, he sees a better girl. His eyes will move to the new girl. This girl who takes her to the heart because of gap filling, father's love I didn't get, suddenly sees him going and talking to another girl. Irritation will start coming. Friction will start coming. The breakup will happen. The other example, a boy, right, is helping a girl because of love, right? Helping her. She gets all this free help, and slowly, when she gets someone else who's giving similar help, slowly, this guy gets tired. Slowly, this guy gets weak, helping. The same girl will tell, oh, nowadays you can't help me the way you help me. It doesn't work out. Let's break up. So that's the other way you tend to break up. That is the other way which you tend to mess up. So make sure that's another reason as to when you have this gap filling, once the gap is fulfilled by some other party, you would not see value in this relationship and the breakup happens, right? So that is generally the love concept as to how it happens, why breakup happens, and how do you know. Now let me go back to the Summit's question of how do you differentiate it if it is real love and sexual desire. Now, when you say let's say when you say sexual desire, don't see it from a negative way. It's an over attachment towards the opposite sex that is called a sexual desire. Desire towards the opposite of sex. Some people have nowadays male also, but generally it is that desire. Don't think it from a negative word or a negative sense. What happens here? When you see someone, it is you're attracted to how she looks or who she is. So since it's a boy, Summit is a boy, I'm asking and talking it from a boy's point of view. When you see the girl, if your intention is attracted to how she looks and who she is, if it is how she looks, it is more of desire. And it's who she is, it is more towards that love which he's talking about. So that's the first way to differentiate. How she looks and who she is. If it's how she looks, it's a sexual desire because she looks. If something goes wrong with the physical body, no more desire, right? I'll tell you something. If you really love a person, a whole face gets a scar, you will still accept her. So make sure, I'm looking at this girl. She gets a scar on her face. Will I still hang around with her or not? If the answer is no, it is sexual desire. If the answer is yes, it is love. So I hope you can differentiate it. Now there's a big difference here, guys. And you have to reach to a certain age to understand what real love is. Because what happens is most of the real love will never be understood when you're driven by the movie stuff, right? You see a lot of romance in movies. You see a lot of love happening in the movies. You tend to think that let me try it out also and see how it works. If you're trying out love, there is not true love. If you're testing love, it is not true love. If you're trying to, play with someone to let me test and see if I'll reach love or not with that is not love. That is just trying out love, right? Love is much more above. Love is much more beyond all these in-term relationships which you're talking about. Okay, I hope, Samit, I've answered the question. You need to be at a certain age to actually understand if it's real love or differentiate. But I hope I understood that how you can differentiate if it is love material or if it's a desire material, not material, the person on the other side, right? I hope, Samit, I've answered that question. Okay, Will Sam, thanks a lot for all the love from Chennai. It's really good. Okay, so next question is, how far away go after relationship, after breakup. How to go far away? Samit. Okay, so I don't know. Is this an internal talk going at the end of the day, right? So, guys, feel free to ask your questions. So now I give you an overview of how love works. I give an overview of how it happens. I'm limited on Instagram in 1 hour, so I'm going to try my best to answer everyone's question. In case if I had to drop out, in case Instagram gives me that lock of 1 hour, please come on YouTube, please come on Facebook. And anyways, this show will continue if I didn't answer all the questions tomorrow also. So there's nothing to worry. If this show, if I don't answer everyone's question today, it's going to automatically happen even tomorrow at same time at 5:30. So next question is Chaitanya Pawar asking how to far away go of relationship after breakup. That's a very good question. First thing, after you have breakup, mostly you tend to build up anger to that person. Why this person left me? This is not true. This shouldn't happen. How dare they leave me? It's not fair. They cheated me. They cheated you because you allowed them to cheat. Full stop. If you go and trust a robber, the robber will only be your friend until he gets the gold. Once he gets the gold, he will take the gold and run and go away. So somewhere around, you have to accept the fact that you have selected the wrong girl or the wrong boy into your life, due to which this breakup has happened. Second thing is no more connection. I really don't know how many of you heard my ice cream man story. Most of the breakup people, I tell them the ice cream man story, but I won't tell the story because most of the people know. But my point is no more connections with her anymore. No more connections with a friend. Disconnect all the social media profiles. Unfollow her in whichever form it is, because he's a guy, I'm talking under her point of view. Right? So once you start unfollowing all these things, you won't be kept reminding of what and why and what she's doing. Delete her contact off. I don't want to know anything about this person, and this person is dead for me. If I see her, I'm just going to ignore her and run away from that relationship as much as I can. When you start doing that, you tend to grow up your self-worth. Right? I'm more valuable than that person who left. Because what happens if you still hook up with that person, you see that person hanging around with other boys, you see that person having issues with other boys, slowly you build up that love, slowly you build up that connection, and you think that you are not worth it, right? So it's only when you disconnect and look into yourself, you can raise your worth. If you're still in connection, you will think that lucky guy, oh, he still is getting a girl, oh, who's this new girl? And you have that issues which is going on. So once you've done that, first is disconnect completely. Once you've done that, go back into your relationship and find out why I went to in this relationship. What's the reason for me to go into the relationship? How am I getting into this relationship? What did I learn from here? What she teach me? What did I do wrong here, right? Try to find out. Stop blaming her for having a breakup with you. Find out why she left me. What's the reason behind it? What's wrong with me? Is it a wrong girl which I've selected? It's not the right person for me. And slowly, you begin to forgive that person for leaving you. Forgive that person for breaking up with you. Once you start doing that forgiveness, slowly, you will be thankful to her for coming into your life to telling you how dumb you are at selecting at girls. That's the other objective. All these guys and girls come into your life to teach you how dumb you are at selecting at girls, right? Because what happened is, let me give you an example. What if this girl comes into your life at the time of your marriage? Then what is going to happen? You'll get married, then she will misuse you, and then she'll break up, divorce. Maybe you have kids, forget it. I've talked to many kids who are having issues with their parents and they're struggling their life. I don't want that to happen to any one of you people. So what you need to do is disconnect, be thankful for that person coming into your life. So what is true forgiveness? True forgiveness is when you see that person in your mind, the smile will be there. In your mind, you'll feel like smiling. That is when you understand that it is all forgiven. And then once you forgive the person, it's all good, man. You can be still. People ask me this question, after the breakup, do you still keep that relationship? No, it's over. You have crossed your level of friendship into that relationship, and your friendship level is crossed. Once your friendship level is crossed, you can't come back as friend because you both have crossed that limit with time, right? I hope I've answered that question. How to get out of breakup after right? So, and sure, I'm not going to. I'm only going to talk about love today, guys. There are some questions which I'm getting out of love, face to face with fear, Angel, how to face off failure. There's a great video. Thanks a lot for the love from Agra. There's a great video on YouTube. Go and have a look at it. Overthinking NK Sharma. It's a great video there also. Okay, so next question is how to forget about our past love stories, sir. First thing again, I told you, disconnect from all the stories. There's many stories in our life. Different teachers comes into your life to teach you different thing. Why are you hooking up with love? If it is past love story, it is not love story. It is just your own story, which you're making it up from that point. So what you need to understand here is that it's just a past experience. Don't see this past love story. It's not love, man. It's broken up. It's no more love. If a love relationship breaks, understand that it is not true love. It is just a hookup which you both are coming together and work it up from there, right? I hope, Hannah, I've answered the question. Now, what I will do is that Instagram, I understand that some people don't have the questions section. Let me take few questions on YouTube and Facebook, and then I will come back onto Instagram, right? So the next question on Instagram, what did I get? Sorry, on YouTube. From Zainab Fatima, sir, talking to that special person can be a habit also. How to differentiate with love? That is what. Now the next question, very great question by Zainab. Instagram, you can't see it. You can only, people from YouTube and Facebook can only see that question popping up on the screen. Sir, talking to that special person, can it be a habit? How do you differentiate that with love? If it is talking to that person is habit, it is not love. Get this point very clear. It is gap filling. I want someone to talk to. I have someone to talk to. So that's the reason I want this habit. So that is why it works out. Khushi is asking, do you have a girlfriend? You're telling about love and all. I am married and I have a baby also. And I don't think I have a girlfriend, right? So I see every girl other than my wife as my sisters, and every mother as every girl who's married as a mother and father and brothers. That's how I see it, and nothing more at the end of the day, right? I hope that was a very good question from Khushi. So I thought, let me just answer that very quickly, right? So Zainab, I hope I've answered. If it's a habit, it's a gap filling. You're trying to fill that gap, because if that person is not talking with you, you get angry, you get messed up, and you work it from there. Sahti, so how can question, sir? It's not showing. Yes, Sahti, what you can do is that, let me answer a few questions on YouTube and Facebook. When I come on Instagram, when I say I'm on Instagram working, talking now, that time, put your questions on the comment section and I will answer, right? Don't worry if I don't answer today. I'm again going to come tomorrow, same 1 hour, 5:30 to 6:30 on the same topic. I know most of the people are asking critical topics. So that's the reason I decided to do this show 2 times in a day, so that it's much more valuable at the end of the day, right? So yeah, oops, what happened there? Okay, so yeah, so let me go back to these questions from Das. Should someone go back to the person with whom once they break up because she has fallen out of love? Generally, I would say no. If you are broken up, it is over. Don't go back, because you can come back, you can give it a try, but make sure you see that change in the person. Don't go back because the person's talking, oh, I still love you, oh, you're the only one for me, oh, please. Don't. Look at the actions of the people. If someone has broken your trust, look at the actions and decide if this person is worth you or not, and then give a second chance. Third chance, forget it. There is no more third chance in love, because it is not love. It is just misuse at the end of the day, right? So let me ask Sati's question on Instagram. Even my parent and my big sister shows and gives so much love. My second sister seeking love from her boyfriend. Even my parents and my big sister shows and gives so much love. My second sister is seeking love from the boyfriend lover. Okay, so you're saying that your parents is giving enough love enough love from that, and still they are going after that love. See, we really don't know why two people come into a relationship. We have no idea why two people come together. If she has gone, maybe some people just have boyfriend relationship just for the fashion. All my friends have a boyfriend, I also need a boyfriend. I really know. My wife gave me an example. When she was in a college, at that time she didn't have any girlfriend. She didn't have any boyfriend. So her seniors used to push her, saying that, oh, you don't have any boyfriend, is there something wrong? You tend to, the seniors or your system tends to prove you that there is something mentally wrong when you don't have a boyfriend. And Sahati, if she falls into it, then she is going to go for that boyfriend relationship. It's beyond herself, because friends are going to push her to get into the relationship, and then she's going to fall for it. I know stories which girls comes and talk to me, where the boy would literally go in front of the girl, take a blade and say that I'm going to cut my hand, or else if you don't say yes. I really don't know if your sister was trapped into that pitch, right? The guy literally comes, takes the blade, shows that, okay, I'm going to cut my hand if you don't say love yes to me. That's a very weak love. It doesn't, if some guys are doing that for you guys, let him go and die. We don't need these kind of people at the end of the day. I hope I have answered that question in the best possible way. Next question from Shobha. How to be good in-laws after love marriage? Sometimes they might not be liking the new daughter-in-law, but they be good before their sons. Is it a mother's question or is it a girl's? How to be good in-laws after love marriage? Shobha, are you in-laws? Come on, I never expected that you're married. But anyways, it's a question. At the end of the day, your son have selected that girl and you have agreed to it at the end of the day. Obviously, with time, the kid is also going to come fighting that battle of why that love marriage is all about. It's happened. So the point is, it's your son at the end of the day. So the point here is you just have to move on, accept her. At the end of the day, religions can change, caste also can change, and various other things can change. If the girl is putting real hard work into making that changes, I would say that give her a chance to be a part of your family rather than just rejecting because she's of some other caste or religion or whatever it is. If the marriage is done, it's over. Before the marriage, you can fight, you can discuss, you can negotiate, you can do whatever you want. But after the marriage is done, you can't do. Now, okay. Shobha's asking the other way. How to be good to in-laws if it is love marriage? Serve them as if it is your own mother. That's what I tell people. After marriage, make sure your in-laws also equate to your mother and you keep giving that love. I always say, after marriage, his mother or her mother also becomes your mother. And both should be treated equally. If you're giving something to your mother, you have to give it to your mother-in-law also. If you're giving to your father, you have to give it to your father-in-law also. Once you start doing it from that point of view, I'm telling you, they have no other choice than to accept you as a daughter. And that's how you work it out, right? So I hope I have answered. Now, let me go back to Instagram. Helen's question. So how do we keep our love, remain youthful, flourishing, evolving throughout life? See, I'll tell you something. If it is true love, with time, the physical attraction is going to reduce, right? Because with time, you all go old. With time, you all change. So when you have that, make sure you don't look onto the other outsiders. Most of the love, it tends to reduce because you tend to love that person of how the person looks and not truly what they are. So always focus on the person who they are, and that is how you keep it living. And then obviously, if you're married, there's a different, you have your physical relationship that has to be strong. Make sure you don't leave a third person to enter into that relationship, because if you start now, the biggest issue after marriage and husband and wife, that love is having a third person enter into that relationship. It can be your own mother, it can be your own father, it can be whatever it is, right? So make sure you don't work it up from that point of view. Make sure you never ever leave a third person to enter into that love till you both part away. Because if you leave that third person to enter in, I'm telling you, that will all mess up with time. I hope, Helen, I've answered the question. It's a very long discussion if you tell me what love is. At the end of the day, see the other person's point of view and make sure every decision you take is our decision and not his or her decision. Most of the love will stay pure in the best possible way, right? Artist Punk Prakaja, how to convince our parents if our relationship is intercaste? Now, my question is if your parents were against it, why did you go for intercaste in the first place? That's where most of the girls and boys get it wrong. They tend to assume that the parents will say yes to intercaste or interreligion. They go into it, they go serious, and then they can't get out, and the parents will say no. Then they'll think, what am I supposed to do? Then you build up that, and the fight starts, then you run away, and etc., 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 etc. It just goes on. So my question is that, how were you convinced to go after a guy who's intercaste when your parents who took care of you for 18 to 20 years and you have decided to go for that guy? First, give me that answer. Then I will tell you how to convince your parents. Now, maybe you assumed. So the point here is that it's not about convincing your parents. The only way you can do is that show value about the guy. So most people tell me, like, some people, girls tell me how to get on into, because I really don't know. Artist Prajakata, what's your status with the relationship? What he does? Are you in same age? I know I talked to a girl, remember, she has a relationship with someone who just 12th grade and she's in a PG and she just loves that guy. And I told, okay, you love that guy, but can he take care of you after this, after your future? She said, no, maybe I'll take care. So, see, guys, there's a lot of problems. Convincing your parents, you should have good value about that. The biggest mistake most of the love marriages, guys, people do is, let's settle down and then we will go and tell our parents. At that time, 99% my parents will say, okay, and then that miracle will happen. It never happens. Get this point very clear. So, first thing is, I always say, if you're going into, the guy comes into you, stop. As I told you, if I told you my initial story about how love happens, if the girl comes into your life and you're being friends, if the first helping starts, and if you think it's going towards love, go and tell a joke in front of your parents. Papa, if I am going to have a relationship with a girl of an intercaste or a boy with an intercaste, will you allow? Just as a joke. Don't go seriously. Just as a joke. Ask in front of your mom and dad, then the true nature will come. Right? But what do most people do? Let's settle down. Let's go more serious. Let's see if this relationship works. And you go serious, you go serious, you go serious, you go serious. And you're so inside. And when your parents says no, anger, frustration, why my parents are not understanding me, and you tend to build it up and it starts working against you, right? Mahadevi, how to come over overthinking? Just go on my YouTube, search overthinking, you will get the answer. This is purely on talking about love. I really don't want to talk even about marriage, because marriage, 2 days I've talked about marriage, right? So how to overcome breakup and move on? Shivholic, I already told about this few seconds ago. I think you were late. I've already clearly told that how to get out of breakup. But for you, it is very simple. I know you quite very well. Find the delete button. If you don't find the delete button and delete that contact, nothing is going to happen, and you can never overcome that breakup, right? Tushar is asking, how can we trust in love? I always say that trusting in love, at the end of the day, what you have to be careful is there is a very strong relationship between trust and love, because you have a certain set of belief by which you think that this person is the right person for you. And that's how you build up the trust in love. But the chances are that if it is not true love, the trust will be broken with time, because they tend to build up other relationships with other people, which is mother also, which is father. Now, many people talk about love marriage and love and all that. But I'm telling you, if they still love their parents, I'm telling you, they are going to reject the guy of how much ever they have loved. So make sure you truly understand what the trust is and then work it up from that, right? Sona, you're late again. No problem. Go on Facebook and YouTube. It'll be saved in much more better. I look much more better than Instagram. But if you still want to have from that point, you can also have low, right? So Helen got the answer. So how do we know he's doing drama of love? First of all, if it's not your age to get into love, don't get into it, because you will normally fall into drama of love. When you are a student, your job is to study and be someone first. And then look, when you're ready and be someone that first, then you got to go and find out about love. Not now. If you are below 18 doing your schools, just forget that relationship out. Keep everyone as friend. Enjoy everyone. See if there's a future with someone. Take that proper channels and get it. Right? Shivani, sir, I know my boy doesn't love me. He's just using me and playing me with my feelings. And I also know that he's having other girlfriends besides me. I'm making so much effort for gaining his love and care. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this is called dumbness. You know he's playing. Still, you just want to justify the relationship and having that. Shivani, just get out. You're just losing your energy to that random guy. This is like, I know he's a robber. I know he's going to rob me with time. I know he know where my gold is. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to take my gold and go, and I will see why this happened to me. And then you'll blame poor God, you'll blame poor parents, you'll blame poor environment, and him at the end for doing it. If you go and trust a robber, and you know, the funniest part is this is called willful ignorance. The main reason for negativity in anyone's life is willful ignorance. And if that is not understood, you are destined to get hurt. And when you are destined to get hurt, nothing is going to happen or nothing will change also. So make sure you understand that. Make sure you work on that difference, right? I hope I've answered that question. Shivani, get out of that relationship. So love can't see caste. Pyar andha hota hai. Very good question. Okay. Love is more higher than caste, than religion, than horoscope, than astrology, than literally everything. But provided you touch that pure love. Many people don't go to that pure love. When love is blind, because you're blinded by that gap which he's filling or she's filling. That is why life is blind, right? So what you need to understand here is I'm getting some call. That's the reason it's just signing out. I need to call that person later anyways. So life is blind. The main reason is that you're blinded by that help. You're blinded by that gap. You're blinded by that extreme attention, which you're not getting from your mother, father. You're getting blinded. So it's not love. It is a gap which you're getting from filled by him, which you find as love, and you tend to believe that, right? So how to know if the person is how to know the person who's unknown to us? Just talk casually. Don't think that this is the person for me or this is his love. So it's just generally talk. Only if you talk, you know about the person. You can't just know the person by just looking at them or observing them. If you're not, you should know what your role is right now. Relationship or studies or taking care of your parents, which is most important. Do that. Most of your life will be figured out. Shivani saying, I know the truth but can't leave him, so what do I do? This is like a question. It's like, you know you're going to get hurt. You know this one. It is not you can't leave him. It is that you don't want to leave him. There's a big difference that you can't leave him and you don't want to leave him, because he is giving you some kind of an entertainment. He is giving you some kind of gap filling, which you are holding on to. As long as you don't find that what that gap filling and replace it with that something else, your parents or your mother or God or whoever it is, if you don't replace it, you can never leave him, because you're holding on to that gap. He gives me that energy. Oh, he's loving me. Oh, I need that forever. You give that love. He's playing around. You give that love. He thinks that you're dumb. You know the truth. Take the action. right? If you don't take the action, it will bother you with time. BD, I don't want to answer that question now. So we are in relationship 5 years in relation. It doesn't matter. You are in 5 relationship. My simple question is, if your parents say no, and where are you going to run away and get married? If the answer is no, you don't love him. It's as simple as that. But then if your parents still don't leave you, are you going to get married to someone else? Then again, you don't love him, right? If you might fight, you might stay single. That is true love. Most of the people won't stay single, I'm sure. They will get married at the end of the day. Whoever they get married to, it's their decision to get hooked up with a person. With time, they will build up with love. With time, they might be holding on to that gap-filling love. That is okay. But it's not true love, right? So true, Mystic Rachi. We shouldn't involve in those stuff if you respect your parents' decision. Perfect, Rachi. That's how you got to understand. Sonal, it's a movie dialogue, so told me the same thing. Yes, it's a movie. It's a movie dialogue, and I gave the explanation why people say that love is blind also, right? Love is blind. Simple reason. I already told you, right? Why love is blind. Your gap is filling off that life, right? How to maintain love? How to maintain love, live long? Okay. So, see, how to make it live long is, if it is really pure, it will automatically stay long. You might have fights in between. That is not having issues with love. For example, you have your mother's love. It's lifelong. You have your brother, sister's love. Until a crisis don't happen, it's lifelong. Right? If your mother shouts you also, you will still love her. It's lifelong. So it's not this love will go up and down and short and left and right and go down high. It does. Love is one. It has no up or it has no down. Like truth is one. It is no more truth and less truth. Positivity is one. There is no high positive and low positive. Same way, love is one. There is no high love, low love. Love reduces love. Hey, you stop loving me or no. This is all movie dialogues, as I say. Love is how you feel about that person, and that feeling remains forever. If you change, the love begins to change. If you are the same, the love is always the same, right? I hope I've answered that question. She hooligans know how always group and they come and hit me, but I like it. Yes, I know it's a movie dialogue, but seriously, we can't love someone by seeing their caste. See, Sona, I already told this way before. You came in late in as to how love happens. Love happens through a process. You completely control that process in the first initial stages. At that time, you can back out. But most people don't go. They go into that process and go into heart, and then they are an issue, right? When a random guy comes and proposes you have complete control to say no. When your friend, very close friend, comes and proposes you have complete check of a caste, religion, no. Okay, my parents won't agree. Boom, stop. Sorry, guys, this relationship don't work out. If you have crossed the friendship relationship, I have no future in this relationship. Full stop. Right? Janani Ajan. If we are cracking joke, as you said, if they take it serious, and if they make arrangement for my marriage, what will happen? You ask as a joke and say and see what happens. Why are you? And you see, if you're not going to go into love, then what's the problem? If you think that you have issues, get married. Why do you want to run away from marriage at the end of the day? Right? So what you need to find out is life is not movies. Life has a common sense and logical way of doing stuff. If you make sure you do it in that right sense, you will have that positive thing, right? So same thing, if you don't crack a joke and you go into that love, and then slowly your parents will have the sense that you are in a relationship. At that time, they come through, it's a different caste. I'm telling you that this faster process of arranged marriage will happen in a couple of days, and you'll get married and you'll go. You won't even have a time to breathe. So if your parents are going to do that, they can do this also. So Sona and Shiholic is having a great time talking to themselves. If you have any questions, ask me, please. So feel free to ask whatever questions you have, right? Mystic Prachi, people ditch us even at the age of 21. I have been through that shit. This is a joke. No, sorry. Okay, so no, I thought it was your continuous. So yes, people are ditching. I know people who are getting ditched after marriage also. Right? What do you say for that then? Is that love? Is that fake? There is, like, literally, I talked to 4 weeks ago, I talked to a girl who, that's the girl I talked about. She's having a hookup with a guy who's just 12th pass. She's a PG, and the breakup happened. Right? So love is sometimes a little bit of common sense, and when you put a little bit of common sense in it, it will be fine. Right? You never told us how to convince parents. Always blame us for choosing wrong caste partner. My question here again, Sona, I've been talking quite very clear before that, is that it's not about convincing your parents. How did you convince yourself that your parents will say okay to a caste of a guy of a different caste? That's my first question. It's not about convincing. Why are you into this in the first place? Because if you don't understand that, you will keep falling into these wrong stuff and then later go and ask your mama help. It doesn't work out. Now, how to convince your parents? The first point is you have to be very clear that this guy is your future. Second thing is, if it's true love, you're willing to even leave your parents for this. If you still think that your parents is the first priority, my point of view is that it is not true love. So if it is love, you will try your best to come together. And if it is not, if it is true love and you think there's no future, you will stay single forever. If you can't do these two things, it is not love at the end of the day. And guys, get this point very clear. Love is not that I fall in love with one person, that love is forever. It can shift also. Peoples can shift, but the love which you have for that relationship is always same. So don't think that I've loved this one guy and this is this guy, I can't love anyone else. It doesn't work that way. Love can easily shift. Love can easily start changing. But then it takes time. It takes for you to understand what is that true love all about. And sometimes it'll take a long time. There are some people who are married who's not loving each other and they die. Now that is a very bad death at the end of the day, right? So I hope I've answered that question. I'm never ever going to tell you how to convince your parents. In simple words, you should have value in that relationship. Show that value to the parents. Fight until they say yes. Don't get married to someone else and keep going hard if you think that that person comes first and not your partner at the end of the day, right? Shiholic is saying it is difficult to find the delete button. If you can't find it, what am I supposed to do, Shiholic? You have to have a bigger pain, bigger heartbreak for you to find the delete button. Many things we know we are doing it wrong, but still we want to do it because you want to test it, try it, and challenge it. Willful ignorance. Most of these kids or students, they assume their parents will say yes. I've talked to many kids, right? Not students or not kids. Even I'm also a kid at the end of the day. They come to me, my parents will say yes. I'm sure, sir, but please make this relationship a success. My parents will say yes. I say, really? Your parents will say, what makes you think that? No, I ask my mom, she gives me everything. I ask my dad, he also gives me everything. If I ask for a mobile, he'll give me. Go and ask about marriage, then you will know truly what it is all about, right? So, Mystic Prachi, I don't believe that love is blind. Love is not blind at all. It is very, very clear. But you fall in the fake love. Fake love is blind. That I have to accept the fact in whatever form or whatever it is. Thanks, Rod Hegde, for agreeing to my opinion. Shiholic, how we came to know that their love and gap-filling love. You look into your relationship, into your life. Are you happy with your parents? Are you getting proper love from them? Am I going after this relationship because he's just telling good about me? Because if someone tells you good about me and you're feeling good about it, other people are not telling good about me. Oh, this is love. People are not listening to your talk. You get a guy who listens to your talk. Oh, this is love. All that is gap filling, right? Prachi, love is not blind, but the person who loves is blind. Correct. Perfectly told by self-quarantine. Ravan is saying, is marriage social responsibility? Okay, Ashutosh also asked his question. So let me answer both your questions together. Ashutosh also, some people's opinion, marriage is not necessarily the destination of love. Necessarily the destination of love. See, I'll tell you something. Every marriage, once married, both the partners have the power and the grace to convert it into love. Because when you go a marriage or whatever, arranged marriage or love marriage, one is to keep that love for long term, and the other one is to get the new person, understand that person, and build up that love with time. So I wouldn't completely agree to that, provided. So there are many people who love, they get married, and then the breakup happens. How do you justify to that love then? So love is not about helping person and all that. Love is again beyond and above all these things. And it is just that when these both come together, you feel that complete feeling. When you both stand together, you have that complete feeling. What is true love? When both of you become one. When there is two separate feelings, two separate decisions, two separate stuffs, it is all boy, girl, my way, your way. These are all that, husband have a way, wife have a way. Wife have to take care of kids, husband have to work. Girls, should work and both should work. We should have a maid to take care of a family. All that thing going on, it is not love. When you say love, why I'm saying is above everything, when you both come together, no religion, no caste, or no horoscope, no third person, not your mother, nor your father, nor anyone would ever come in between, or anything could happen between that relationship. That is love. True love is when you both become one. Every decision is our decision. Everything what we do it for ourselves. Ourselves means we both for ourselves. Every step I take, I need my wife with me. Every step you take, I need my husband with me. Both steps which you are taking is benefited for both that couple. That is true love. I know many people who come to marriage, oh, I have my dream, you have your dream. That is not love. That is you following your level, he is following his life. Both are living separately with no destination of love. Right? I hope, Ashutosh, I've answered that question. Shobha, I've even answered here. A soul mate is when your both soul becomes one. Why are you calling a soul mate? Soul is supreme. It is way beyond everything. Everyone have soul within them. When the soul and soul connects, you're one. The physically you're different, but you move one, you talk one, you take decisions as one. I hope I've answered the question now. I hope this is very clear. And I don't want, okay. If it's not clear, let me know and I will talk about it. Oops, my battery is getting down here. Okay. So I hope I've answered the question. Oh, I think Instagram opened my 1 hour talk. That is interesting. Cool. Okay. I think so. I really don't know. I have another 3 more minutes on Instagram. Guys, anyways, I will be coming tomorrow again, talking about love again. In case if I didn't answer your questions, I will come back 5:30 again. I still have time to answer. So you're telling love marriage or arranged marriage is good? Both are good, provided you do it in the right sense. But what happens is that love marriage and arranged marriage are done wrong in the current world right now. For example, love marriage, what happens? You go love. After marriage, oh, you are my husband, you are my wife, you have this responsibility. That love is no more there. Right? Then the breakup will happen. Arranged marriage, what? Your papa will say, oh, he's a very rich guy, send. But he have bad habits, which will again bother your problem happens. So love marriage, I support both love marriage and arranged marriage, provided if it's done in the right sense. And there is a way to do both this. I've talked about this marriage in my last 2-3 shows. How do you get into marriage? I did 2 parts. That to 4 hours of talk completely about marriage. If you have doubts about love marriage, arranged marriage, go back on YouTube, search for Deek Parassini live marriage. Part 1 and part 2 is there. So obviously this also is going to be part 1 and part 2. So yeah, I hope I've answered the question with love. Any questions about love, feel free to ask. Yes, Mystique, Trusting someone blindly is crazy. Love and convince, get married, understood. Juani ji, Ashwin ji. Hi Tanya, thanks a lot for joining in. Someone is still crying over the PUBG ban. I really don't know. I don't want to talk, or maybe some other time. So guys, anyways, I'm going to come tomorrow also. In this topic, people are so stubborn, always thinking about the society. This is also wrong, nah? Okay, you are a part of the society. You thought about yourself and forget about the society and went and take a decision. They have the society have the complete right to come back to you also, right? Or else leave the society, go somewhere in US or some other city, enjoy your love life. No one is stopping you. But being in the society and talking against the society, you are in the society which has a certain set of rules, which makes you part of the society, right? We are not here to do a dead debate on our opinion. We are here to listen to Deek. Prachi, no issues. You can debate, you can cross-question me, you can challenge me, you can counter me, get your doubts clear and make sure you don't ask me the questions again. That's what I try my best. So yeah, actually, as you said, words of parents, I'm true. I will be true to them and I will still don't find me guy. Huh? Find my guy. Okay, I think it's a statement. Okay, let me see the question section. There's a lot of question section. Da-da-da. If people don't value you, asked by Tanya, if people don't value you, would you stop nice to them? It depends on the person's point of view, right? For example, for me, if people value me or don't value me, I'm going to keep talking positivity. No one can stop me from that because I don't want the value which you are giving me also. I'm here to give you the answer. That's my duty. I'll keep doing it till the rest of my life. And I'll keep doing it, keep talking and making you understand what I want to say. So, but the point here is if you are expecting something in return, if you're expecting something in a certain, from that people, then is where the problem is, right? So if that is that, you just have to move out and move on from that point. Next question is from Livet. If parents don't approve the love, is the person selected is still wrong? Can be yes, can be wrong. If parents doesn't approve the love, your point is that your love is not strong enough to justify it, or that person who you have selected is not valuable enough in the eyes of their parents. So for example, let me tell you how to convince your parents. The guy should have value. Most of the question asked is by girls, so let me talk about the guy. The guy should be doing well. He should be well settled. He should have a good educational qualification. He should be a good parent. So what you should have so much of points which is against in support of the guy, and the only minus part will be either religion or caste. If that is very clear, the battle is easy. If all these things, there is some flaw, your parents are going to hit that flaw. Oh, he doesn't have a job yet. Oh, his parents are crazy. Or he is not taking care of the people. That you can never convince your parents, right? So it's not that if your parents doesn't approve that it is not love. What can happen is that there's a conflict with your love for your parents and love to the girl. That conflict and understanding is not very clear. That is why you're having that confusion. So what's this from Mystic Prachi? Everyone says that first know the person, then make commitment. What should be the probable duration? Some people are there who are in a relationship for 10 years and they can't understand the person. They are just faked up by that gap filling which they want to get filled up, right? Right? Yeah. So for everyone, first see, to know the person, your intention should be pure. Yes, Instagram is going to kick me out in 2 hours. So guys, I will have to sign out here. I'll come back tomorrow. Keep ready with your questions, which I didn't answer. I'm just waiting when Instagram is going to give me the notification. Instagram have given me the notification. It's going to kick me out in 2 minutes. So guys, thank you, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm still there for a couple of minutes. Tomorrow, 5:30, we'll continue the love topic. We're going to talk more about it. Get more of your questions ready. Tell your friends and everyone to be a part of this so that their doubts are also cleared. Mystique, ask me a question tomorrow and I will answer for sure. It is a pleasure for you, everyone, to be a part of this. I think this is the most watched show after a long time. Tomorrow again, 5:30, topic again, love. I'll bring the topic love on top here, so it's much more easier. Thank you, Instagram. for being a part of this. I have 1 more minute to go. I'm signing out. So I have one serious question. Shiholic, tomorrow we'll talk about it, right? I'm signing out. Or else what happens? This won't get saved on Instagram. If we leave it at the last minute, Instagram will just work it out. Sona, I'm coming here tomorrow. Instagram kicks me out. I don't want to come back again live, right? So I'm going to come tomorrow. If I didn't answer again next week, we'll do the complete show, right? I have only 30 seconds because why I want to get out is it won't be saved and it'll go completely out, right? So guys, see you tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock on the same topic. Love again. We'll be talking soon. So YouTube, Facebook and YouTube have the luxury for a long time to talk. That's the advantage of coming. I tell everyone, come on YouTube, come on Facebook, but still they don't come. I don't know why. So I have a question on here from, does friendship has a role in love? Yes. If you're talking about love, that true friendship that, you like, for me, I see my wife as my greatest friend I have. So if that's the point which I believe in, everything else is the same, right? So just 1 second. I'm just saving on Instagram and I will come back, right? This is what, Theme Deek? Yeah, Theme Deek, 7th episode post. So let that go on Instagram. So yeah, so yes, so it's not, does friendship has a role in love? Once you fall in love, once a person is the true love, automatically that becomes your best friend and the greatest friend and the only friend who you need to move on with life. That's how that works. Vikas' question. So now Facebook, YouTube, if you like the show, click a like so that it revolves around to your system. There's a like option over here. So make sure you do that. What to do when loved one married to another due to family? Disconnect. Because once the girl or boy is married to someone else, there is no future in that relationship. Because if you talk to that person, the chances are that it is going to work against you and it's not fair. It's unfair to keep a relationship with a girl who's married or with a boy who's already married. Get out of it. There is no future in that relationship. If something goes wrong, you're going to hurt a lot of people in this equation. So best is to get out of it. If the girl or boy has married, she has decided her mother is more important, her father is more important, or his mother is important, and got married to someone else. So that means you are second priority when compared to your parents, right? I hope I have answered most of your questions with regards to love. YouTube, Facebook, I'll come again tomorrow at 5:30 to answer the questions. There's lots of things which we're doing shortly over here. So we're working on a lot of plans, a lot of things going on. Keep updated, on YouTube, click the bell icon so that you get all my notifications. Facebook, see it first. There's an option where you can see all my stuffs first. Instagram is not there now. So that's it, guys. Tomorrow, 5:30, again, we are going to pick up this love. Many people said, no, it's not done. We need more questions. I will come back tomorrow. Get your questions ready. Ask your friends to be a part of the show. Let's just spread positivity as much as we can so that the world understands what positive love is all about. So the world understands that whatever you have understood, please share it to the world. In my name or your name, doesn't matter. Make sure you share it to the world so that their life also gets positive and understands what love is all about. Most of the love, what you see, is all movie driven. There's no truth in that. That's all I got to say. It is a pleasure. Thanks a lot for spending this whole 1 hour with me. Tomorrow we'll see you again at 5:30. Facebook, YouTube. I'm ending the show. See you tomorrow at 5:30. As I said, life is all positive. There's nothing called negativity. Keep spreading it. Keep spreading it. Slowly, we will make the whole world positive, which is my mission to this world. As you know, I'm going to start something in relation to the bigger picture. I'll keep you updated for more bigger things to come. Thank you.